Hello and welcome to eBankBooks online tutorials. In this tutorial we're going to look at how to create a new expense. To start, we go to Purchases menu and click on Expenses Purchases button. This takes us to the Expenses and Purchases form, which lists all of the current expenses in the system, with unpaid expenses selected. To create a new expense, we need to click on a New Expense Purchase Order button. This opens a form which you need to fill, starting with date, invoice number, that's optional, or for your records. Here we need to specify whether this is expense or cost of sales. You need to select budget category, and you may tick quote checkbox if this is a quote. Next, we need to select supplier from the list. Let's say we're filling an invoice for electricity bill. Now the supplier appears in the form, and the next thing we need to do is add this item itself. So we click on the blue plus button and we search from the list of our products and services. Here, if we don't see our item in the list, we may temporarily close it, and we might like to open a second tab. To do so in Internet Explorer and Google Chrome, what we need to do is right-click on the tab and select Duplicate from the drop-down list. In the new tab, we will go to the Purchases menu and click on Services Products button. And we will add our electricity bill here in the list of products and services. We click on the blue plus button and we enter details. Here we will say electricity bill from my energy. We select a category, expense category called electricity. We will say it's a product, and we'll put a price of a bill. We also can modify tax here, and also we can enter some notes if we wish to. And we click on the green tick button to save. Now this electricity bill is in the list. So we return to the original tab where we have our expense form, and we click on Search Products or Services button. We can see our electricity bill here in the list, but eventually our list might be quite large. So if we wish to search for the item, and we may only enter the first letter of the name, begins with radio button, checked, and click on Search. And that will narrow down the list to more manageable size. So we click on this item and click on the green tick button to select it. Here we can modify the price of the actual bill. So maybe this quarter it was $260. Click the arrow up and save to save this expense. Now to add another line item, here if we wish, we could click on the blue plus button, and to remove a line on the red minus button. Then we can click on the cross to close the form. And we can see our expenses now in the list. If we wish to modify this expense now, we can click on the Edit button, which will bring this form back, and we can modify anything we like here. Just make sure you do all the modifications before you pay the expense, because once it's been paid, then the editing function will be disabled. If you wish to delete this expense at this point, you just need to check the Deleted checkbox and save. If we need to view or print this expense, we need to click on the checkbox next to this expense and click on the little printer button. Here we can see our expense shown in the PDF format, and it opens in a separate browser tab for you to look at or print as you wish. This concludes the tutorial on how to create expense or purchase order in eBankBooks.